over. Sweet. Take a few breaths wherever you are. We'll start to shift gears into our practice. Start by harnessing that breath. Have some water nearby, maybe get ahead on our hydration this morning. And today, let's get started in not a cross-legged seat as we often do. You'll stretch your legs out, shake them out, bounce them out, maybe give a little friction to your knees, get a little heat into these joints. Nice. And sweep those legs off to the right. So the left foot lines up with the inner right thigh, the right heel pulls into that right sits bone, and kind of move the flesh away from those sits bones to allow them to root to the earth. And we'll just land here. Your hands can rest gently in your lap or a little further down your legs, whatever feels natural. And close your eyes. Take a nice deep breath in. Release a long, slow breath out. Nice. We'll take a few moments, a few rounds. Allowing ourselves to arrive really naturally, not forcing or rushing anything. I hope you don't mind. I believe these sequences might get a little slower, a little lazier just as we keep approaching winter. They'll be sure to get us moving. Keep coming back to now even slower, deeper inhales. Nice. You'll draw your palms up to prayer at heart center. Inhales that lift sternum into base of thumbs. Exhales that broaden your collarbones and chest. Nice. In your own time, you'll release that right arm to the earth beside you. Stretch this left arm skyward. Take a deep breath in. With the exhale, you'll take a gentle lean to your right. Take a few moments rooted into left sit bone, extending on that diagonal line. Deep breath in. Exhale to soften that right elbow, maybe sink just a little more. Even feel free to bring now a gentle arc to that left arm. Fingertips bow on down toward the earth. Nice. With the inhale, you'll rise up gently, just enough to find length in your spine to tone belly and twist slowly right. Slide that left hand down to the outer thigh, that IT band. Tend to your right fingertips beside or behind you. Maybe bring the back of hand to sacrum. A few smooth breaths. Feeling the effects of that breath. The inhale, the lengthening of the spine, the expanding of the lungs. With the exhale, maybe a wringing out of spine and organs, a deepening of the twist. Let that gaze travel along your right shoulder, past it. Maybe explore a bit of movement to your neck, a lifting or lowering of your chin. Kind of following the lines of that muscular energy, that fascial web in any way that feels like a helpful stretch. One more moment here. Again, being right here with our breath, ourselves. Ah. With the inhale, you'll release. Allow a slow return, a revolving back to center, neutral, stretch arms up. Exhale, hands to prayer. And you'll let this go. Release the arms beside you. Stretch with care those legs forward. Rock them in and out. Any bit of movement that helps release anything tweaky we did to those knees. And you'll sweep those legs off to the left. Sits bones rooted, lots of space for them. Left heel to left sit bone, sole of right foot to inner left thigh. Let your hands land. Spine lifted, heart open, shoulders drawn back. Take a few rounds of breath. I'm trying to incorporate more moments of stillness. Moments of rest. They feel like such a luxury in our busy lives. In your own time, you'll stretch your left fingertips to the earth. You'll sweep that right arm skyward with the inhale. Exhale to soften into left elbow, a nice side body stretch first up on that diagonal. Deep breath in. Sending it all the way down into wherever you feel this the most. And with the exhale, you'll soften that left elbow a little more. Bring maybe a slight rotation skyward to that rib cage. Maybe more of an arc to that shoulder and arm. Nice. With the inhale, you'll rise up, energize. Exhale, draw navel to spine, twist slowly left. Slide the right hand to the outer line of left leg. Left fingertips turn aside or behind you. Maybe the back of hands slips to sacrum or even the knuckles around to outer right hip. I'll leave you to it for a few deep rounds of breath. Eyes soft or maybe even closed. These last couple moments, you might invite, again, some movement to your chin, lifting or lowering. Let your gaze sweep a little further, whatever feels good. And this time, on the way back, we'll release, stretch arms up, exhale, hands to prayer. Let's chant the sound Om together as you're ready. Inhale. Back to center, neutral, expand on up. Nice, so draw your forearms to touch. You'll interlace your fingers. You'll rotate those wrists in one direction for a breath. Nice. And slow it down. Reverse. You'll release. Shake your hands up. Stretch your legs forward with care once again. Rock them in and gently out. Bend your knees, you'll plant your feet, stretch your arms forward, begin to lower down entirely to your backs, engaging as much effort as you'd like on the way. Maybe even you lift your legs, travel by way of boat pose. And we'll arrive. Stretch your legs out, take a moment here. Nice, and right away you'll bend the knees, plant your feet, hips width distance, nice and parallel. With the inhale, you'll lift your hips. Bridge pose right away. Draw the shoulder blades in a little closer and pour the weight into your upper back, the top of traps. And find that balanced effort of lifting the hips and extending down the quads, tracking the knees forward, rolling the inner thighs in and down. That directionality of that direction of energy balanced with a release, a pouring of your weight into shoulders, upper back. A lifting into chest. And maybe this is plenty. Another 3 to 5 breaths here. Stay with it. Increase the depth of your breath to kind of match the intensity of this. If you need a little more, you'll shift to left foot, extend that right leg straight up skyward. Energize, lift the heel, stabilize hips here. Just a breath. Nice, and you'll release. Swap it out. Second foot to the earth. Second leg, extend skyward. Take a round of breath. And release when you are ready. Both feet down. Inhale to lift your heels. With the exhale, you'll unfurl your spine. Slowly, slowly, one vertebra at a time, entirely to the earth. Take a moment, let your hips land, sacrum land. Around a breath. Nice. And you'll draw those knees into your chest. Wrap your arms around them, grab hold of one wrist in the opposite hand. Maybe cross your ankles here. Maybe shift a little from side to side. Nice. In your own time, you'll lift those hips, shift them a little to your left. You'll pull the knees higher into chest, tee your arms wide beside you. And with the exhale, you'll lower those knees slowly to your right. Keep that left shoulder grounded. Let the gaze extend skyward or maybe along those left fingertips. And take a few rounds of breath. You might float that right hand to outer left knee. And maybe breathe here. Nice. One more deep breath in, nice and expansive, energized. A long breath out, exaggerated, cleansing. Yes. In your own time, you'll engage those deep abdominals and lift those legs up back to center. Shift the hips now to the right, pull the knees into chest and drift them slowly to your left. Nice. Call in those big breaths to fill up the space between shoulder and hip. Nice. Last couple moments here. And something to relax. Some way to let go into this just a little deeper. And you'll draw those legs up when you have had enough. Shift the hips back to center. This time we'll pull our knees into our chest. We'll Rock slowly. Oh, actually, let that go. Before we do that, bring feet to the edges of your mat. Let those knees drop gently in. Forgot a little more for the shoulders. Let's eagle wrap the arms here. Right in front, like just where they are. Stretch the arms up, cross that right elbow just above the left. Stack the backs of forearms against each other. Maybe snake that left hand to right palm. And maybe here even rest your hands against your forehead. Maybe you keep the arms lifted, maybe a bit stretched up overhead, whatever feels available. Couple deep breaths here into your shoulders, the backs of lungs. Nice. And you'll unfurl these arms when you have had enough. Stretch them wide, then take the opposite bind. Stack left elbow just above the right, hug forearms against each other, maybe snake right hand and fingers to left palm. Take a few breaths. One more deep breath in, long cleansing breath out, and you'll release. Unfurl the arms, maybe stretch them overhead. When you feel ready, you'll sweep the arms wide, hug your knees into your chest. Now you'll begin to rock forward and back. If you'd like to join, we'll pick up some momentum, stay as round, as fluid as possible in the spine, and we'll press feet to the earth in your own time. You'll rise slowly up, maybe a gentle bend to knees, and you roll the spine up one vertebra at a time, slowly, so as not to end up lightheaded. Energize feet with the inhale. You'll float the arms skyward, let the gaze float open, heart lifts. The spine arcs. Exhale, hands to prayer. Anjali Mudra. Feet energized, hips width distance. Inhale, sweep your arms wide once. Again, exhale, bend to knees, swing your arms wide, slowly dive on down. Nice. Energize feet, shift the weight slightly forward. Inhale for, love that. I'll leave you to your sway. Couple moments here. When you feel ready, lift up halfway. Ardha Uttanasana, palms to shins. Energized. And exhale to release. You'll plant your hands to the mat. Step back. Maybe it's high plank, maybe it's tabletop. Yes, lower those knees, hips over them. Take just a few rounds of cat-cow here. Shoulders over wrist, hips over knees. Inhale to soften the belly, roll the hips. The sits bones up, the pelvis tilts forward, draw heart forward, collarbones broad, throat open. Exhale, a deep arch to spine. Crown of the head to the earth, chin to chest, tailbone stretches down. Keep going, another few rounds. Engaging that Ujjayi breath. And allowing any other movement, your spine and hips and neck would like. So when you feel ready, with energized hands, you'll tuck your toes and lift your hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Take some time to arrive. Notice the breath change. If you're happy in this stillness, this slow expansion, maybe you'd like to invite a pedaling of your legs, a shifting of your heels. Keep energizing hands, keep stretching into shoulders, lifting into spine, sits bones, unfurling tailbone. Exhale to stretch into your heart, sink into your heels. Inhale that right leg up. Exhale the hip open. Take a deep bend to knee. Drop the heel down. Square the shoulders. Stretch the heart. Inhale to extend that right leg. Roll the outer hip down. Exhale, knee to chest. Lift higher. Gaze forward. Step through. You'll sink your left knee down. Slowly rise on up. Anjaneyasana, low lunge. And take a few breaths. Nice. Right foot anchored. Plug that right thigh back. Breathe left hip forward. Sink a little deeper, but call on that earth energy. Use it. Shoot it upwards. Expand a little higher. Nice. One more deep breath in. A gentle arc to upper back. Exhale to sweep your arms wide. Plant your hands down. Step back. Downward dog. Inhale that left leg up. Exhale your hip open. Take a deep bend to knee. Drop that heel down. Square the shoulders. Stretch the heart. Inhale to extend your left leg. Exhale, knee to chest. Lift higher. Gaze forward. Step through. You lower right knee to the earth. Slowly flow on up. Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Nice. I'll leave you to it. A few deep rounds of breath. Yes, there it is. Nice. Gaze gently lifted. Nice. One more big breath in. Reaching, expanding. Exhale, sweep your arms wide, plant your hands down. This time, you'll tuck your back toes, lift that knee, shoot back, high plank, top of a push-up. Press the earth away, lift everything a little higher. Belly tone, the spine lifts, the back of legs lift, but you'll root into those heels. One more moment here. Hands energized, shoulders stabilized. One more inhale. Then with the exhale, you'll lower knees. You'll draw those hips halfway back, bend elbows, dive chest and chin on down. Draw yourself forward, stretch and ground those legs behind you, and peel up slowly, low cobra. Using the inhale. To contract the shoulders down the back, to hug the elbows in. Anchor legs just a little more, maybe energize hands, lift up just a little higher, and exhale to release. You'll press back, child's pose for a beat. Maybe straight to downward facing dog. Nice. You'll hold that next breath out. Gaze forward from that down dog. Gaze forward, either step or walk. Maybe hop. I won't stop you to the top of your mat. Ground down. Rise up with the inhale. Extended mountain. Exhale, hands to prayer. Anjali Mudra. Nice. Release the arms beside you. Tadasana, around a breath. Nice. And you'll step one leg back, spin yourself into a wide-legged goddess squat here. Right away, shift a little. Feet are open to a 45-degree angle. We'll take a few rounds of breath. Hands wherever you'd like them. Released onto your thighs or maybe lift it up. maybe interlace at the base of skull. Yeah, that's probably a good one. Take a few moments. You can shift a little from foot to foot, but keep both feet equally energized. Nice. Just another couple rounds of breath. Keep the, again, effort of the legs balanced. So notice if your knees are kind of dropping in, these inner thighs, these adductors not doing as much. Well, what would it be? I don't know. Keep the inner thighs kind of stretching, engaged. Oh, nice. And in your own time, we'll sink a little deeper, then we'll let this go. Straighten the legs, release the arms. Point your feet forward for a moment, then point the right toes forward. Let's see. Reverse Trikonasana for a moment. Right arm skyward, left arm down the hamstrings. Begin to kick your hips back. Flow that right side body forward. Reach into it. Revolve the rib cage slightly open. And with the exhale, you'll keep hinging. You'll release. Right hand to your shin or a block if one is nearby. Left arm skyward or maybe the back of hand to sacrum. We'll take a couple moments here. Gaze at the earth or straight ahead, wherever feels like a welcome stretch tonight. Ah, nice. Couple moments. In your own time, you'll hinge your way upright. Warrior two. Reverse warrior with the exhale. Left hand down the hamstrings again. Maybe the arm snakes around the small of your back. Right arm skyward. Maybe the hand to base of skull. Sink a little deeper. Stretch a little more into this right side body. Again, keep the inner thigh stretching, that knee just over your heel. Nice. One more breath. Send your release. Straighten this right leg. Point the toes forward. Release. Now, right hand to lower back. Back of left hand to sacrum. Just a breath. Lower belly. That's what I meant. Right hand to lower belly. And you'll release. Okay. Side two. Point those left toes forward. Dip back. Reverse Trikonasana. Kick your hips back, flow forward, breathe length into that side body, a rotation of your left rib cage forward. With the exhale, you'll hinge a little deeper, stretch that left hand down for shin or a block. Right arm maybe skyward, take a few deep rounds of breath. If that right arm is skyward, really energize, lift up just as much as you're extending down. Feel the broadness across your chest. One long line of energy between those hands. Grounded into outer right foot. Feel the stretch in that outer right hip. So when you have had enough, we'll hinge slowly upright. Warrior two, right away. Dip back, reverse warrior. Take a few rounds of breath. Stretch that left knee a little more, sink a little deeper. Breathe, never forcing anything, always allowing the muscles and the fascia to release as they are ready. Nice. And just slowly let this go. Straighten that left leg, point the toes forward, slide the back of right hand to sacrum, bring left hand to lower belly. Round breath. Nice. And we'll release that right arm, bring right hand to lower belly or even heart center. Nice. And just slowly let this go. Hands to hips, you'll heel toe your feet together until you can step them together with ease. We'll rotate again to the top of our mats. You'll sweep your arms up, skyward, extended mountain. Exhale to pour yourself slowly on down. Ooh. From here, point the toes open, sink the hips down, malasana squat, just a few rounds of breath. Squeeze inner thighs and elbows, or inner knees and elbows against each other. Keep soles of the feet energized. Nice. One more moment here. We'll release, hands to the mat. You'll step back, high plank, maybe hop to chaturanga with bent, shock absorbing elbows. I won't stop you. You'll take your flow. Knees, chest, and chin, or maybe this time chaturanga, upward dog. But we'll press back, child's pose. Ooh. Or press to down dog one last time. Enjoy another few breaths there. And then drop to child's pose, yogi's choice. Now we'll press our way slowly on up. You'll shift to one hip, swing the legs around, stretch them wide. Again, move the flesh away from sits bones, then unlock this left knee, draw the sole of foot to inner right thigh. Energize, a seated tree pose. You'll rotate toward this right leg, inhale. Stretch arms up, that right leg extended, foot flex toward you. Exhale to dive, heart first, slowly, deeply on down. Going for the length of spine first, and then the depth of forward fold. Stay lifted, fingertips tented, or maybe grab hold of the outer line, the outer and inner lines of leg. With the exhale, maybe sink a little deeper. Take a few rounds of breath. Nice. Last round of breath, maybe an exaggerated exhale. Add some sound, some vibration. Sink a little deeper. Inhale to walk yourself slowly on up. You'll stretch that left leg out, shake it out. Unlock that right knee. Grab hold above the ankle. Draw the sole of foot to inner left thigh. Maybe bring hands to hips, rotate. Rise up with the exhale, dive heart first, slowly on and down. I'll give you quite a few moments here. Nice. Last round of breath. And you'll press your way slowly on up. How would it feel to transition right from this to our pigeon on the, whatever side you're on really? So rotate that extended leg in, sweep it around behind you if that's available. Or you can, of course, stretch both legs out and make your way slowly to maybe your right side pigeon. If you're on the left, that's cool too. Whatever works. Take a few moments, stretch that leg back behind you, keep it in line with your hip. Walk yourself upright for a breath. Go for lift and lengthen your spine. And sinking into hips already. With the exhale, you'll flow your way slowly on down. Drop to forearms, rest your head against them or backs of hands or the mat. And I'll leave you to it. Quite a few rounds of breath. When you feel ready, oh, we won't move yet. We'll consider our transition. A couple moments to prepare to enjoy some last nourishing, cleansing breath. Maybe we'll move in stages. You might prop yourself up onto those forearms. And press your way up onto your hands. Shift to the outer hip of whatever leg is forward. And make your way to side two however you like. Maybe you swing that second leg around, stretch both legs out. Certainly, if there's another way you'd like to travel, go for it. Otherwise, make your way to your second side, pigeon. Shin on the diagonal, that knee wider than that same side wrist, that back leg in one long line straight out of hip. Tent yourself upright, breathe, expand. With the exhale, you'll flow your way slowly on down. And take a few moments to land. May we again savor some moments of stillness where we have nowhere else to be, nothing else to do, nobody needing anything from us. Maybe just breathe and feel whatever is unfolding here. For the last few rounds of breath. Begin to press your way slowly, gently back up. We'll take a few breaths to release entirely, to shift to that outer hip, swing that second leg forward, stretch both legs, draw them in, take one last forward fold, Paschimottanasana. Inhaling for length, exhaling to dive slowly down. Just a few moments here. And you'll slowly let this go. Walk yourself upright. Bend your knees, maybe lift your legs or plant your feet. Make your way once again down to your back. So with as little or as much effort as you like to engage. And you'll arrive. Spine and hips and limbs surrender to the earth. Oh yes, head, base of skull, all that as well. Maybe stretch your arms up overhead. A gentle bend to elbows, palms opened up skyward. A little pre-shavasana rest. Nice. I'll give you some moments on your own. Maybe you're happy just as you are. Hopefully, indeed, yes. Maybe your body feels okay in this stretch. Certainly, if there's anything else you'd like before Shavasana, let your body guide you into that shape or twist. Harness a couple more deep, deep breaths. And we'll take rest when you feel ready. In this shape that you're in, with arms outstretched wide or overhead at any point, feel free to sweep them down alongside you. Or again, stay right where you are. One more exaggerated breath. Begin to release. Let go of effort, control. Let the eyes close and drop heavy. Muscles and bones surrender to the earth beneath you. Relax the weight of your mind, front body, into back body. Rest with a gentle rise and fall of breath. Shavasana. Begin to deepen your breath. Each inhale, a little more energized and farther reaching than the last. Begin to tune back in to the tides of breath and energy coursing through you. Send that breath all the way down your limbs, to fingers and toes, ankles and wrists. Wake them gently on up. In your own time, you might sweep your arms overhead, take one last delicious full body stretch. Exhale, a bend to your knees, and you'll ease to right side body. Couple moments, head rested against that extended arm. We'll move slowly, keep eyes soft, press your way gently on up. We'll meet in Sukhasana once again, hips heavy, spines light and tall. We'll arrive. May we notice ourselves here. Has anything shifted or been released, opened up? Let's draw palms to either heart center, one palm, then the other, gently atop, or palms press against each other. We'll close this practice with 3 rounds of breath. All together, exhaling completely. Inhale deeply, heart fillingly. Exhale. Breathe in, slowly, deeply, and out. Gently, easingly. Last breath in. And with the exhale, in a sense of gratitude for this practice and its lineage and all it offers us, we bow, surrendering mind to heart. Namaste. Namaste. Thank you so much for being here. So good to see you ladies. I kept you a few minutes, so get on out of here if you have to work. Enjoy, don't work too hard.